Almost everyone in America has heard the same advice at some point. If you want to build wealth, you need to invest in the stock market. Financial advisors say it, retirement planners say it, even successful entrepreneurs repeat it over and over again. The stock market has been one of the most powerful wealth-building tools in modern history. But here's something surprising. Millions of Americans still stay away from it. In fact, according to a Gallup survey, only about 62% of Americans own stocks, either directly or through retirement accounts like a 401k or IRA. That means nearly 4 out of 10 adults in the United States aren't investing in the stock market at all. Think about that for a moment. Almost half of the country is completely sitting on the sidelines, not investing, not participating, not using one of the biggest wealth-building tools ever created. And what makes this even more surprising is the data behind the market itself. Historically, the S&P 500, which tracks 500 of the largest companies in the United States, has delivered about 10% average annual returns over the long term before inflation, according to historical market data. That kind of long-term growth has helped millions of Americans build retirement savings, financial independence, and even generational wealth. Small investments made consistently over decades have turned into hundreds of thousands, sometimes even millions of dollars. So this raises a very important question. If investing has created so much wealth, why are so many Americans still afraid to start? Why do millions of people keep their money sitting in savings accounts earning barely any interest? Why do others watch the stock market from the sidelines for years, sometimes even decades, without ever investing a single dollar? The answer usually isn't intelligence. It's rarely income, and it's almost never opportunity. For most people, the real reason is something much deeper. Fear. Fear of losing money. Fear of market crashes. Fear of making the wrong decision with their hard-earned savings. And honestly, that fear didn't appear out of nowhere. Many Americans still remember events like the 2008 financial crisis, when the stock market dropped dramatically and retirement accounts across the country suddenly lost a huge portion of their value. For millions of families, that moment permanently changed how they think about investing. Even today, when markets reach new highs, many people still carry that same question in the back of their mind. What if I invest and the market crashes tomorrow? So in today's video, we're going to break down why most Americans are afraid to invest, the real psychological and financial reasons behind that fear, and the common mistakes that keep people stuck on the sidelines. We'll also talk about the simple strategies long-term investors use to overcome that fear and start building wealth in the market. If you enjoy clear and practical conversations about money like this, make sure you like the video and subscribe to Kane Invests. And make sure you stay with me until the end of this video, because the final insight we'll talk about might completely change the way you think about investing and explain why the biggest risk for most people isn't losing money in the stock market. It's never investing at all. Now let's talk about what this fear actually looks like in real life, because for many Americans, the fear of investing isn't theoretical. It shows up in everyday financial decisions. Imagine someone like John. John is 30 years old. He works a full-time job and earns about $60,000 a year, which is close to the median income for many workers in the United States. John knows investing is important. He hears about it everywhere. His coworkers talk about their 401k plans. He sees headlines about the S&P 500 hitting record highs. And every once in a while, he even thinks about opening an investing account. But then something stops him. He remembers stories from the past, stories his parents told him about the 2008 financial crisis. During that crash, the US stock market fell by roughly 50% from its peak, according to historical market data. Millions of Americans saw their retirement accounts lose huge amounts of value. Some people panicked and sold their investments at the worst possible time. Others lost jobs during the recession that followed. For many families, that experience left a lasting impression. So now when John looks at the stock market, he doesn't just see opportunity, he sees risk. He sees headlines about inflation. He sees news stories about recessions. And when the market drops even a little, it confirms his fear. What if I invest and the market crashes right after? That single thought keeps many people from ever getting started. But the fear doesn't stop there. Another major reason Americans hesitate to invest is something surprisingly simple. Most people were never taught how investing actually works. In the United States, schools rarely teach students about the stock market, retirement accounts, or long-term investing. A report from the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, also known as FINRA, has repeatedly shown that financial literacy levels among American adults are lower than many people expect. Many people struggle with basic investing concepts like diversification, compound growth, and inflation. So imagine being told your whole life that investing is important, but never actually learning how to do it. For many people, investing feels like stepping into a world full of confusing charts, complicated terminology, and constant market news. knows. And when something feels complicated, most people do what feels safest. They avoid it. Then there's another problem many Americans face even before they think about investing: debt. According to data from the Federal Reserve, Americans carry trillions of dollars in household debt, including student loans, credit cards, and auto loans. For someone who is already juggling monthly bills and loan payments, investing can feel like something they'll start later, after the debt is gone, after life becomes more stable, after things feel less risky. But that later often turns into years, sometimes even decades. And during that time, the biggest opportunity for building long-term wealth keeps passing by. And that leads to an interesting question. If fear, confusion, and debt are holding so many Americans back from investing, what actually separates the people who start investing early from those who wait forever? To understand that, it helps to look at what happens when someone finally decides to invest. Let's go back to John for a moment. For years, he kept most of his money in a savings account. It felt safe. His balance didn't go up much, but at least it didn't go down. That's the comfort many people rely on. But there's a hidden problem with that strategy: inflation. Over time, the cost of living in the United States continues to rise. Groceries get more expensive, housing gets more expensive, healthcare gets more expensive. According to data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, inflation in the United States has averaged roughly around 3% per year over the long term. That might not sound like a lot, but over time, it quietly reduces the purchasing power of your money. If your savings account is earning only 1% or 2%, but inflation is running at 3%, your money is actually losing value in real terms. This is one of the biggest financial realities many people don't realize. Not investing also has a cost. Now compare that to the long-term performance of the stock market. Historically, the S&P 500 has averaged about 10% annual returns before inflation, according to long-term market data going back decades. Of course, those returns don't happen every single year. Some years the market goes up, some years it falls. But over long periods of time, the trend has historically been upward. And this is where the power of investing really starts to appear. Let's say John decides to invest $500 per month into a simple S&P 500 index fund. Nothing complicated, no stock picking, just consistent investing. If that investment grows at an average return close to historical market levels over several decades, the results become powerful. After 30 years, that consistent monthly investment could grow into hundreds of thousands of dollars. Not because John made perfect decisions, not because he timed the market, but because he stayed invested and allowed compound growth to work over time. This is exactly why so many long-term investors emphasize patience. The stock market rewards time. But here's the problem. Most people don't think in decades. They think in days, weeks, or months. And when the market becomes volatile during those short periods, fear returns again, which leads to one of the biggest mistakes new investors often make. They react emotionally to short-term market movements. And this is where another major fear starts to appear for many Americans: market volatility. Because once someone finally starts investing, they quickly notice something that can feel uncomfortable. The market moves every day, sometimes up, sometimes down, and sometimes down a lot. If you open any investing app, you'll see numbers changing constantly. Red days, green days, headlines about market drops, news about recessions or interest rates. For a new investor, this can feel stressful. Imagine John invests his first $1,000 into the market. For the first time, his money is no longer sitting safely in a bank account. Now it's exposed to market movements. A few days later, he checks his account, and suddenly his investment is worth $930 instead of $1,000. Nothing dramatic happened, just normal market fluctuation. But psychologically, it feels like he just lost money, and that feeling triggers a powerful emotional reaction. This is something behavioral economists talk about often. People tend to feel the pain of losses much more strongly than the joy of gains, a concept known as loss aversion. Research from economists like Daniel Kahneman, who won the Nobel Prize in economics, shows that people often experience the pain of losing money about twice as strongly as the pleasure of gaining it. So when investors see their portfolio drop even a little, fear takes over. They start asking questions like, should I sell before it gets worse? Did I make a mistake? What if the market keeps falling? And this fear leads many people to do something that hurts their long-term wealth. They panic, they sell, and they exit the market during temporary downturns. Ironically, those downturns are a completely normal part of how markets work. For example, historical data shows the S&P 500 experiences market corrections of around 10% fairly regularly, but over long periods of time, the market has consistently recovered and continued growing. Yet for many investors, those short-term drops feel like confirmation of their original fear. This is exactly why why I didn't want to invest. So instead of staying invested and allowing time to work in their favor, they step out of the market entirely. And that decision often becomes one of the most expensive financial mistakes people make.
So how do successful investors deal with this fear? Because the truth is, even experienced investors see the same market drops. They see the same headlines. They experience the same volatility. The difference is not that they are fearless. The difference is that they follow a simple system. Instead of trying to predict the market, they focus on consistency. One of the most common strategies used by long-term investors is called dollar cost averaging. The idea is simple. You invest a fixed amount of money at regular intervals no matter what the market is doing. For example, imagine John decides to invest $200 every month into an S&P 500 index fund. Some months the market is high, some months it's lower, but he keeps investing the same amount consistently. When prices are high, his money buys fewer shares. When prices drop, his money buys more shares. Over time, this strategy smooths out the ups and downs of the market, and it removes one of the biggest problems new investors face: trying to time the market. Many studies have shown that even professional investors struggle to consistently predict short-term market movements. In fact, according to research often cited by firms like Morningstar, missing just a handful of the best days in the market can dramatically reduce long-term returns. That's why long-term investors focus less on perfect timing and more on time in the market. Another strategy many Americans use is investing through retirement accounts like a 401k. In many workplaces, employees automatically invest a portion of their paycheck into diversified funds. Because the money is invested regularly and automatically, it removes the emotional decision-making. And over years or decades, that consistency can lead to significant wealth. Some people even start very small. Instead of waiting until they have thousands of dollars, they begin with $50 or $100 a month. The goal isn't to get rich overnight. The goal is to build the habit of investing. And once that habit starts, something interesting happens. Fear slowly starts to disappear because the investor begins to understand how the market actually behaves over time. And this leads to one of the most important mindset shifts about investing. The biggest risk for most Americans isn't the stock market, it's staying out of it. Because when people avoid investing for years out of fear, something quietly happens in the background. Time keeps moving, and time is the most powerful advantage investors have. The earlier someone starts investing, the more powerful compound growth becomes. Let's imagine two people. Sarah starts investing $300 a month at age 25 into a simple S&P 500 index fund. Nothing complicated. She isn't picking individual stocks. She's simply investing in a fund that tracks hundreds of large American companies. Mike waits until age 35 to start investing the same $300 a month. Both invest consistently. Both earn the same long-term average return. But because Sarah started 10 years earlier, the results become dramatically different. By retirement age, Sarah could end up with hundreds of thousands of dollars more than Mike. Not because she invested more money, but because she gave her investments more time to grow. This is the quiet advantage long-term investors understand. They don't try to predict every market movement. They don't chase hot stocks. And they don't panic during every downturn. Instead, they focus on simple strategies that have worked for decades. Investing consistently, diversifying through index funds, and thinking in years and decades instead of days. Because historically, the US stock market has gone through recessions, crashes, and financial crises many times. But over long periods, it has continued growing alongside the American economy. Companies innovate, businesses expand, and investors who stay invested participate in that growth. But people who stay on the sidelines often miss that opportunity entirely. And that's why the goal of investing isn't to eliminate fear completely. The goal is to understand the system well enough that fear no longer controls your decisions. Because once someone understands how long-term investing actually works, the stock market stops looking like gambling and starts looking like a powerful tool for building wealth over time.